Hey everyone, this is Dr. Mia Rose, and today's chat is on the fascinating topic of shamanism and shamanic journeying. So, I'm wondering what comes to mind for you when you think of the word shaman. Perhaps you're thinking of a spiritual healer, or you may associate it with secret knowledge and mysterious powers. Now, there certainly is that connotation to shamanism, but a shaman can also serve as a healer and a storyteller and a keeper of wisdom. And what many people don't realize is that each and every one of us has shamanic powers, and we can get glimpses of them in the form of intuitive dreams or spontaneous visions or out of body experiences. And we most definitely can learn to live in a shamanic way, which is a way of life that is empowered by purpose and focus and a deep connection to spiritual dimensions. In tribal communities, shamans take the role of healers and doctors and priests and psychotherapists and mystics and storytellers. Now, you may have had glimpses of your own shamanic powers when communing with nature or asking for guidance from your spirit guides. Personally, I was introduced to shamanism and the practice of shamanic journeying during a weekend workshop many years ago at a time when I was really searching for the meaning of life and meaning in the world. The workshop was actually on holotropic breath work, which differs from shamanic journeying in the sense that you enter into a state of non-ordinary reality through a specific breathing technique. Shamanic journeying differs from holotropic breath work in that you typically listen to some form of rhythmic percussion like drumming, which then carries you or your soul into non-ordinary reality. And in this state, you can then retrieve guidance from helping spirits and get answers to personal questions and learn different healing methods. You can also further your spiritual growth and work on global issues. And interestingly enough, as a registered psychologist, I've found that shamanic work has brought a whole different dimension to my understanding of the power of the universe and my place in it. And I feel that it's just such a joyful path to regain the knowledge of how to bring your life back into a place of harmony and balance. And I've also learned the true definition of power, which is the ability to use our energy to create transformation for ourselves and others and the planet. So it's important to understand that you can't just wake up one day and self-identify as a shaman or volunteer for the role of shaman. And it's actually also considered bad luck to call yourself a shaman because it's considered to be bragging. Traditionally, in shamanic cultures, someone is chosen by the spirits to become a shaman and to act in the service of their community. However, we can all learn to live in ways which reconnect us with nature and its cycles and rhythms, and also to act as healers and storytellers and keepers of wisdom. Shamanism teaches us that everything that exists is alive and has a spirit, and that we're all connected with the earth and all of life via our spiritual interconnectedness. It's a beautiful thing to receive a message from power animals and plant spirits because you are always surrounded by spirits. You just have to learn to trust your natural intuition and your own inner powers. And then, of course, you need to recognize that every animal, plant, river, mountain, and rock has a unique spirit, as well as teachings that are relevant to our survival as a species. And it's sad that we are so disconnected from the cycles and the rhythms of the moon and the sun and the seasons and how the stars move across the sky. We never reflect on the messages that nature has for us. The river teaches us to go with the flow of the river of life. The seasons teach us about death and resurrection. There is just so much beauty in what we can learn from the natural world. So, what is a shamanic journey? It's moving into an invisible reality beyond the physical world, and different cultures refer to it in different ways. For example, in the Australian Aboriginal tradition, this world is known as the dream time. Many shamanic traditions believe that there are 3 separate worlds that you can move into: the lower world, the upper world, and the middle world, each with their own distinct qualities and gateways and landscapes. For example, the landscape of the lower world is often very earthy and filled with mountains and deserts and dense jungles and forests. In contrast, the landscape of the upper world might be a feeling of being in the clouds or in a crystal city, and it's common not to feel the earth under your feet when you are visiting the upper world. And then the middle world is the spiritual dimension of our physical world, and here we can communicate with the spirits that live in all things present in physical reality. In shamanic journeying, you can choose to travel to the lower world, the upper world, or the middle world with a specific intention, and you have complete control of where you go and whom you talk to. There are no set rules, and even though many people have similar experiences, your journey is unique to you and your intentions. And even though you might find yourself meeting many different types of helping spirits, you may find that you have 1 or 2 main power animals or guardian spirits or teachers who will work with you on an ongoing basis on the core issues in your life. You may also find that some power animals and teachers will share specific lessons and skills with you and then move on, with new helping spirits appearing to take their place and accompany you on your life journey. And it's just such a wonderful thing to be consciously aware of your power animal and to communicate with it directly and ask for help and guidance within a shamanic journey. But even if you're not conscious of your power animal, you still receive invisible support. And it's good to remember that all power animals have extreme powers with unique lessons to teach us. So a mouse has as much power as a lion. So there's no need to feel disappointed if your power animal isn't quite what you expected. But most importantly, just know that you are not alone on your life journey. You have unseen allies that support you every single step of the way. And if you feel the need to get some more support to live a soulful life, please consider joining our online Soul Woman circles. It's a wonderfully supportive community, and you can learn more about our membership at soulwomancircles.com. Hope to see you there. Bye for now. Mwah!